Discover Canada Study Questions. For more practice, go to CanadianCitizenshipTestKit.com.
What year did British Columbia join Confederation? A. 1873, B. 1880, C. 1870, D. 1871. The correct answer is D. 1871. What is the most common name for the group of people who make local laws? A. Localers, B. Council, C. Local government, D. Municipal lawyers. The correct answer is B. Council.
What was the main job of the Royal Canadian Navy during the Second World War? A. Stopping whales from interfering with heavy shipping. B. Protecting all of North America from attack. C. Protecting convoys of merchant ships. D. Building troop-carrying ships. The correct answer is C. Protecting convoys of merchant ships. What are elected members responsible for? A. Passing laws, approving and monitoring expenditures, and keeping the government accountable. B. Passing laws, making decisions, and voting for the Prime Minister. C. Making decisions, choosing the government, and voting for the Prime Minister. D. Approving and monitoring expenditures, making decisions, and choosing the sovereign. The correct answer is A. Passing laws, approving and monitoring expenditures, and keeping the government accountable.
When did red and white become Canada's official colors? A. 1921, B. 1867, C. 1982, D. 1945. The correct answer is A. 1921. How many constitutional monarchies are there in North America? A. 4, B. 3, C. 2, D. 1. The answer is D. 1.
In Canada, who is not required to always follow the law? A. Police officers. B. Judges. C. Politicians. D. Everyone is required to follow the law. The correct answer is D. Everyone is required to follow the law.
What is la francophonie? A. An international association of French-speaking countries. B. An international business association of French-speaking countries. C. An international association of French and English-speaking countries. D. An international association of French-speaking singers and songwriters. The correct answer is A, an international association of French-speaking countries.
What is the style of architecture of the Parliament buildings? A. Greek Revival. B. Post-medieval English. C. Spanish Revival. D. Gothic Revival. The correct answer is D. Gothic Revival.
How does the Canadian legal system ensure that the values of Canadians are reflected in Canadian laws? A. Laws are made by representatives who are experts in the law. B. Laws are made by representatives who are selected by the Prime Minister. C. Laws are made by representatives who are elected by political parties. D. Laws are made by representatives who are elected by Canadians. The correct answer is D. Laws are made by representatives who are elected by Canadians. What are Ontario's major industries? A. Agriculture and mining. B. Service and tourism. C. Manufacturing and fishing. D. Service and manufacturing. The correct answer is D. Service and manufacturing.
Which of these has Canada inherited from Britain? A. The freest political institutions in the world. B. The first democracy in the world. C. The oldest monarchy in the world. D. The oldest continuous constitutional tradition in the world. The correct answer is D. The oldest continuous constitutional tradition in the world.
What happens during the committee stage of a new bill? A. Members debate the bill's principles. B. Committee members study the bill clause by clause. C. Members can make other amendments. D. The bill receives royal assent after being passed by both houses. The correct answer is B. Committee members study the bill clause by clause. A key aspect of multiculturalism is that A. Canadians should try to live in communities of people who are like themselves. B. The two main cultures and languages of Canada are English and French. C. Everybody in Canada should know the language of their ancestors. D. Canadians respect the gift of one another's presence. The correct answer is D. Canadians respect the gift of one another's presence. What is NAFTA? A. North American Free Tariff Arbitration, the body that tries to free North American companies from tariffs. B. North American Financial Trading Arguments, the court that settles trade disputes in North America. C. North American Free Trade Agreement, a trade agreement between Canada, the USA, and Mexico. D. North American Financial Toll Agreement, The document that sets the taxes and tariffs for trade in North America. The correct answer is C, North American Free Trade Agreement, a trade agreement between Canada, the USA, and Mexico. In 2020, NAFTA was replaced by the Canada-US-Mexico Agreement.
In which province are forestry, agriculture, fisheries, mining, food processing, and tourism the main industries? A, Ontario. B, Alberta. C, New Brunswick. D, Saskatchewan. The correct answer is C, New Brunswick. What are the people who run in an election called? A, candidates. B, hopefuls. C, vote getters. D, party representatives. The correct answer is A, candidates. How does Canada maintain its high standard of living? A, by producing everything we need to live. B, by saving our money. C, by growing our own food. D, by engaging in trade with other nations. The correct answer is D, by engaging in trade with other nations. What did James Naismith do that was significant in the world of sports? A, he was the first professional swimming coach in the world. B, he invented the game of basketball. C, he was the first one to write down the rules of hockey. D, he invented the game of hockey. The correct answer is B, he invented the game of basketball. What is the right of peaceful assembly? A, the responsibility to always show respect. B, the right to gather with whomever you choose. C, the right to attack the government. D, the responsibility to listen to what the government tells you. The correct answer is B, the right to gather with whomever you choose. Discover Canada study questions. For more practice, go to CanadianCitizenshipTestKit.com.